Hi everyone. So today I'm going to show you how I'm going to do an Asian themed origami fold mini. Before that, I'm going to show you one of the things I've been starting to do. So if you like me to put together like a die cut machine and to like cut out the images by yourself, it really doesn't make sense to like keep drawing the image over and over again. So having stencil really helps. And also today I'm going to show how I use stencils to do some of the decoration I have to the mini. Okay, so this is from Plaid. It's called Blank Uncut. The link will be down below. Um, and basically, what you do is that on the rough side of um, the stencil, blank stencil, you can actually use a pencil to draw designs on, and then use a Z2 knife to cut out the um, drawn parts. And you kind of need to make sure the bridges across because it can't like cut a huge hole. Or just like like the whole thing will just fall right through. So that's a tag that I used, that I created with some of the images that I designed, and I used a kind of like a stencil dauber, which you can also get from Plaid. And yep, and that's a tag I created. So okay, that aside. Okay, I'm gonna show the stamps I use. This is from Weird Memory Creepers Filigree. Um, and the next one that I used as well was like just one of the um, corner stamps from Paislee again. This from Myro. This is a very versatile set. You can use it pretty much for anything. Really good for making album minis because there's just small little tags there. And okay, and the last one there is stamps from a Singaporean brand called KCK, and it's really brilliant. It has this Asian theme stamps, and you can pretty much do a lot of things with it. Okay, so here I'm showing you guys how I did the front page, or the front cover, in fact, of the Origami Mini. So what you do is that you take a 6x6 paper, find where the midline is, so that would be like 3 inches for all of them, and then draw a diagonal line and score across the between the midpoints, and then fold in, and basically you have this. Yeah, and I did that for the other side as well, which is this red checkered piece. Yep. So that's that. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I do um, the pages, which is the main bulk of the thing. Sure, I did a base. So here I'm gonna use like four of them, and actually you can use as many as you want. I'm gonna show how I did like each of the pages. So what you simply do is that you fold the 6x6 inch paper at those parts. So fold it across horizontally and vertically, and then diagonally as well. Okay, and then you collapse it in within itself, and then you just do four of them. Okay, I'm gonna show you the papers that I used for this Asian themed thing. So these papers are from the 6x6 collection from BasicGrey's Basic paper pad, as well as Lilybee's Picket Fence. Okay, so and then I chose the red and pale colors to really help them create a contrast and stand out. And okay, one thing about the BasicGrey's basic collection is that it's really versatile. So I think if you really like to do album minis, you just go stock on them. I think that they're really brilliant, really good. And because they are plain in paper, you can really afford to um, do more journalings on them. Yep. Okay, so here, okay, I'm gonna show you how I attach the base together. So, okay, for this, right, you need to make sure that the side that is popping out, the diagonal line is popping out, alternates between every page. And this is really important because if you don't get this step right, the whole album just simply won't like fold correctly. So I'm using glue tape, and carrying this onto the next one. And at this point, always make sure that the part that is popping out on the diagonal center line is alternating. Okay, as you can see now it folds within itself. If you don't do that, you will not be able to do this. Okay, so this is a very important step. And so I'm gonna continue sticking the rest of the base in, and we'll come back when everything is done. Okay, so this is me sticking the last piece in. Yep, that's me using the glue tape, and we're putting on the final page of it. And so here again, I'm going to stress that it's important to make sure that the part that's popping out is always alternating. So you see me there like figuring out like where it goes, right? So it's really important because once you stick it down, yeah, it's stuck. And yeah, there you have it. So as you can see, it really collapses in, and yeah, this is really like really fun kind of fold. Okay, so for each of the square pieces that will go into the square areas, they measure about 2 3/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I did like one portion of the base, and then later I will come back and show you what I did with the rest of the thing, right? I mean, because you really want to see me cutting paper, that's really boring. Okay, so the size of the triangles at the corner, what I did is I used a 2.5 inch, yeah, it was 2.5 inches, square piece, and then cut it down by the diagonal line with the X-Acto knife. So, okay, the reason why I use 2.5 instead of 2 3/4 is that somehow the black space that exists between the square pieces and triangular pieces looks more even with when I use a 2.5 rather than I use a 2 3/4 and cutting it down. But this is up to you. If you want to have a less like black space or white space, depending on the color of your base, then you can use a 2 3/4 inch and cut it down by the center. Okay, for the triangle pieces, I actually took some of my old scrap pieces, so I can't remember what paper it is from. So you can see that actually this mini is really a good way to use up all your scraps. And if you have lots of these scrap pieces lying around, and they kind of is around 2 3/4 inches and or bigger, then you can use them for this. Of course, then you have to kind of coordinate the color. The reason I use black is because as the base, because black is really good for putting differing pattern pieces together. You don't have to get too worried that they won't fit in. Say if you use like white, for example, then you have to consider the contrast, whereas black pretty much contrasts with like everything. So it's a really good color to use when you're dealing with trying to coordinate different pattern pieces. Of course, you could use something paler, say let's use light blue, and then you pair it up with something that's like baby pink, then that will work too. But just keep note that whatever color that your base is, your pattern pieces have to coordinate with it. Okay, so you're gonna see me finishing that last bit there. I must admit, this is really boring. Like, who wants to see people sticking paper to paper, right? Okay, but anyway, so when you're done, you see what I mean. Okay, yay. Okay, so we're done with one part of the base. So, okay, put the fingers there. One part of the base, and Yeah, so I'm not going to show how I can flip paper in. So um, you'll see it when it's somewhat done. Okay, so I finished like one side of it here. So this is how it looks like when it's on one side. Okay, I'm going to do the other side and then we will come back again, right? Okay, so I did both sides. I realized that I didn't have enough pattern paper, so I used like um, a really basic dark red um, paper for one of the corners for the other side. Okay, so here I've gone ahead to stamp on the cream area. Okay, this comes from that KCK Asian theme stamp set. It's a beautiful stamp set. You see me use a couple of the stamps here. And okay, so here I basically inked on and stamped um, the tree trunk and branches on. Yeah. And what I'll do next is I'll use green and then I'll put on like kind of sort of like this leaf thing that's it in the set. Yeah. And you see me going to ink up and stamp like the leaves on um, different parts of the tree. I'm gonna leave some space because I'm gonna actually use from that My Road collection. Can't remember the name. I'll probably have like all my supplies in the D box below. And I used some of the flowers that really worked well with this, and I was surprised because you know um, like these are from two different companies and probably do not know about each other. Okay, and when the flowers really fit into the thing. I was like, wow, okay. So that was like a surprise find. Um, so you see me going through and stamping on different parts of the tree trunk. Okay, I have no idea how you're gonna get this stamp set because it's a local company in Singapore, and I'm not sure whether they ship overseas or not. You can look for KCK online, and then I'll probably put like a link below. But yeah, and I'm not sure whether they ship overseas, but this is a beautiful stamp set. If you can get your hands on it, do it. But I will. Um, okay, and here I used the Maya Rhodes flowers, and I inked it up with red ink. And you see me stamping onto the image. So I use both like something of a larger flower size and something of a slightly smaller flower size too, and I stamped it around the tree. Um, I have been more conservative in how I stamp the green leaf areas, so it leaves some space for where the flowers could go. Yeah, this is probably the time when I'm like trying to get like find the flower. You know, when the stem is really small and you put it on your table, it gets lost in the like the mess. So yeah, so this is one of the reasons why having a clean working space is good. But alas, I'm not someone that's really neat. So yeah, I'm actually using like a table outside of my study room because if I actually show what my table is like in my study room, I think most people might scream. You might find a rat in there somewhere. So anyway, this is me um, just stamping the different flowers on. Yeah. And come back for part two of the tutorial. Yep.